afternoon, Facebook family and friends. How's everybody doing this evening? Today I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm out here tonight, and who says you can't deep fry a turkey on Monday night in the dark when it's like 38 degrees outside? Anyways, that's what we're doing for dinner. So I'm out here in the dark. Just got a little music going, waiting on this turkey to finish. But I want to share a message with you guys. It's a very simple message, but the way it was shared to me this weekend from my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, man, it really spoke to me. And it came about because one of the first nights that he and I hung out, my sister and him and me and my wife and maybe some other people, I don't remember who all was there, but we went camping, and everybody had gone to bed except me and my brother-in-law. Well, that particular night was the night that I first got there, and I was coming from a party, not a party, but from a place where I had been smoking crystal meth for a couple nights and drinking heavily, and that night with my brother-in-law, after everybody had gone to bed, was, I believe, the first night that I confessed to someone else other than someone I was doing drugs with. But I confessed to him that night that I was coming down off a meth high and heavily drinking. And I mean, he and I barely knew one another, and I mean, he could have, told me all kinds of things and went and told everybody else, and and made a fool out of me, I guess, and made a dope head out of me, which I was. But anyways, so this weekend we had a minute to talk, and he just shared that with me, or we were talking about that night, and I just thanked him for not judging me and pushing me away as just, oh, her brother's a junkie and I don't want to be around him. And I just said, man, I just want to thank you, man, and tell you that I love you for not doing me that way. And he said something that spoke mountains to me, and it was just simple, something so simple that I need to do in my life. So I know if I need to do it, I know that others need to do it. And I hope that it speaks to you too, because the Bible talks about it in many different forms, in many different ways, and I just want to share it with you. But he told me that night, the other night, that he said, brother, after I told him, I said, thank you for not pushing me away and labeling me and hating me and hating me for my addiction and thinking the worst of me. He said, brother, he said, I just listen and love. That simple, listen and love. That spoke so strongly to me, guys. Listen and love. So many of us, we need to stop, and we need to listen, and we need to love others. All of you know what the Bible says about loving others as we love ourselves, and loving God before all. If we love God, we're going to love others, right? Well, sometimes we love God more than we love others, but what I'm saying is, we need to listen and love. That was such an amazing message to me. And I just want to share a few verses concerning some of this. Because I know I'm usually, before somebody else has even finished speaking to me, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to say, and I already know how I'm going to react. No matter what they're telling me, my reaction's already in process, and my message is already in process, or my response is already in process before they've even finished telling me what's on their mind. So Matthew 13:12, to those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given, and they will have an abundance of knowledge. But for those who are not listening, even what little understanding they have will be taken away from them. Mark 4:25, to those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given. But for those who are not listening, even what little understanding they have will be taken from them. So if we're not listening to what somebody's telling us, how can we understand what they're trying to say to us? And I know many of you have heard 1 Corinthians 13. You hear it at weddings a lot, but I'm going to share it with you kind of in a different way tonight. Let me find it. Here we go. This message applies not only to wedding days, but this message from 1 Corinthians should apply to our everyday. Our everyday. If I could speak all the languages of the earth and of the angels, but did not love others, I would only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains, but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wrong. Listen and love, right there. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge will become useless, but love will last forever. Now our knowledge is partial and incomplete, and even the gift of prophecy reveals only part of the whole picture. But when the time of perfection comes, these partial things will become useless. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, and I reasoned as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror. But then we will see everything with perfect clarity. All that I know is partial and incomplete. But then I will know everything completely, just as God now knows me completely. 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest, of course, is love. Guys, I know that I need to practice listening for sure. I don't take the time a lot of times to listen, especially to the ones closest to me. So I encourage you tonight to listen. Listen to those around you, strangers, friends. Give them a minute. Let it sink in. And love. Love others. If we listen and we love, no matter what, imagine what the world could be. The world could be a better place if we just did those 2 simple things: listen and love. Hope this message blessed you. God bless.